and peace be upon you from God, a dilapidated channel, learning money by working effortlessly to annoying heads and suffocating restrictions. And the obligations are endlessly easy money, not in the tourist magnet cup. For all those looking for quick wealth, the greatest temptation of the human soul who loves the office is greedy for more every year. Hundreds of people come to it. Thousands of people searching for fun, entertainment and gain. But those who say that hundreds of hotels in Las Vegas have opened their doors to visitors to the office. The quick is easy. That is just a childish dream. I report that many believe that the moon is the fastest and easiest office. He built these hotels. Its owners spent millions of dollars to earn billions if not billions of dreams behind Israel Stan. And because the human soul heard to accept the loss is easily tempted by delusional dreams and false allegations. Thousands of visitors searching for a secured office resort to shortcuts that guarantee to win. They try to find ways to live that make winning easy. On the other hand, a police statement is provided for the funds intended to hold cheaters and fishers accountable. The police have found a statement of what is known as the Black Book, which is the book in which the names of the most famous and oldest cheats are kept from those who were prevented from entering all that was formula forever. Once you put your name in this book, there is no way to ever solve it. Your image has become a symbol of privacy and fraud in all hotels. Until he died like Germany. Despite intense security efforts to prevent fraud and all strict laws imposed in this context, this has not prevented many from succeeding. Of people deceit and reap billions of dollars in the army. One of the most famous of these is Tommy was the young Michael who repaired TVs and who he lives in the American city of Jerusalem. Michael's generosity was a fan of gambling, and because he came to the people's house in search of fast ways to get money, coincidentally, he discovers a way to overcome the slot machines, where he discovered that an electrical wire creates a small contact in the exit of coins and causes inharmony currencies it. Michael's generosity was smart enough, he decided not to stay in one hotel for a long period of time in order not to draw attention to him. Years, and he was able to apply this trick in thousands of hotels in Kazlik. His office was daily and exceeded thousands of dollars, but what comes quickly it goes fast, and as we agreed, these hotels and casinos are only open to the office, as Michael was spending much more than he earns. In these places, he was spending, as if he was a millionaire, and all he spent was all he needed for more. The more his attacks on slot machines, but luck was not an ally for a long time, as they developed casinos or slot machines, and they were not deceived by the generosity of a structure that works with this new generation. For this and for the first time, remember, Michael mentioned the search for the remaining old machines in casinos, and this is what caught his attention and caused him to be imprisoned after fraudulent fraud in one of the casinos. And there is in prison rather than starting a new page that enables new friendships with two machine guns. Imprisoned with one of these was Michael Paul Salmon, whose relationship with him was so solid that they agreed to share after they got out of prison. There was Carmichael, the first to be released from prison, and immediately went to good slot machines to find a way to overcome them. Carmichael was heading for a company manufacture these machines as if they wanted to obtain the goods, so the company offered him its products and explained to him in detail the way it works and its engineering details. The interior. Tony tried to study these machines, but he discovered that to be able to study them well I had to buy one of them. However, from where did they get the money? He was totally bankrupt and lost his job a long time ago. After a while, Abu Osama escaped from prison and met with Michael. Did not. He was also only looking for incoming machines in all states to be able to get a quick win. They can buy the latest new slot machine, indeed. The two managed to accumulate the required amount, and Michael started studying tonight well and was able to find a situation in which he could get out of the army, and the two began in the application, but this time, Tony Carmichael was not the only one who used his tool to live. New to others. The tool cost him a few dollars and they seldom the efforts of thousands. When one of these people was caught red-handed and with him leaders developed. Casinos slot machines again by adding a slight modification disrupts the work of Carmichael's performance, but this did not deter him from modifying his tool in proportion to the modification. He and his colleagues promised to play again and for many years and again the machine developed in a way that threatened Tony's work the time also managed to find a new tool that was hotels and had intensified the presence of cameras. With the development of technology and the availability of micro cameras hotels and put them everywhere where they are almost monitored for everyone inside the casino, and for this was one of the most careful to avoid cameras. But this did not protect them from the attention of a security man, as he noticed that the currency was falling continuously on the generosity of Michael, while the security men he got rid of the tool quickly. But the security men did not rest and turned the hotel upside down until they found Carmichael's job, but in cooperation with lawyers. Brilliant managed to obtain the patent. Surveillance cameras have not detected that he uses the numbers and got them at the casino. It is not proof that it is from every decision, Vine, for you to be more anxious next time. He caught the attention of many of them, not me and the IPS, who began to monitor him closely. Then I decided to stay away from the original. He sat down and began expanding his activity in faraway overcoming slot machines while continuing to cheat in other casinos this time, Michael Paul Sam was still a Palestinian activist, using Tommy Carmichael, but he caught the attention of the security men. Contrary to everything of the most important for the theft and not keen, and when caught red-handed, the Nevada police noticed a number that was frequently repeated in contacts with El Samoa. The police, it's a national number, so they managed to get a note to monitor the Carmichael call. This call was the beginning of the road to the end of the largest operation. Cheat throughout history in the original gas. He waited for work and not for any police personnel to exterminate a time before the arrest of the student. The police during this period were that condemns Carmichael and leads to it behind the walls. He has already managed to gather enough calls and guides condemning Carmichael for a large number of cases in. One day while heading National Casino, the police were waiting and caught him red-handed with his famous instrument, which overpowered the machines for a long time. But Tony made an offer to save his neck. He offered them a detailed explanation of all his tools that he used to overcome slot machines and weaknesses, these numbers and how to overcome them. Police agreed to conclude the deal, and Carmichael received a prison sentence of only 11 months. His crimes. His rule quickly passed. Then Tommy went out and had a distinguished face in the Black Book, and thus he was prevented from entering Ferguson and in forever. Even after he escaped from the prison in Sanaa, several protections for gambling machines protect them from the army and sent them to a number of hotels, but they all refused to buy them. They knew it was made by the famous drug addict Tommy Carmichael, who for 20 years has stolen millions of dollars from Las Vegas hotels and casinos, and many other slot machines across the country. A long story does not end there, but the rest of the story is the hero of others. After they stop, they mean cheating. And at the time, when slot machines began to develop into a computer-programmed machine, a few old machines were still in place in some places. It was Michael Paul Salmon. After his release from prison, he and his family formed a gang to rob the slot machines. He, his wife, and her mother were searching for the remaining old machines to attack them. It brought back quite a few years. He has already succeeded in cheating and stealing thousands of dollars, but after nearly 6 years, after the old machines had almost disappeared completely. One day, his wife and mother were caught red-handed and sentenced to lengthy prison terms. As for Michael Paul Samo, he lost faster in escaping to Argentina before the police reached him. He says that he died there soon after, but there is no evidence. Paul's name remained a name distinguished in the Black Book. Perhaps nowadays all the top computer family is programmed. but cheaters will always remain on a journey to find new ways to trick and overcome the machine. There will still be new daily methods used to cheat, and the dream of getting rich quick will remain in the minds of some people. Even the yard. Your number is the topic of her channel today, so don't be stingy with admiration and participation. You can also follow the previous videos. All rights reserved to the channel. Did you know?